Good day and welcome. In this lesson, we'll be looking at how to get the equation of a cubic function given an equation of a tangent. It's a little bit more complex, but yeah, it's one of those questions we like to ask. Tangent to the curve of g of x equal 2x cubed plus px squared plus qx minus 7. So there they gave x cubed. We're dealing with the equation of a cubic function at x equal 1 as the equation y equal 5x minus 3 or minus 8. Number 1, show that 1, negative 3 is the point of contact of the tangent to the graph, and then hence or otherwise calculate the values of p and q. Right, so first up we have a tangent at x equal 1. So if I take 1 and I put it into the equation of a straight line, 5 times 1 gives me 5, 5 minus 8 then gives me negative 3. So you can see my point of contact is 1 and negative 3. Right, now to calculate the values of p and q, right, we need to understand y equal 5x minus 8. We are saying the gradient of a tangent there equal 5. Right, now equation we're working with, 2x cubed plus px squared plus qx minus 7. So for gradient first, I'm required to understand that I get the gradient of the tangent from the first derivative. So the first derivative of that, 3 times 2 gives me 6. 3 minus 1 gives me 2. 2 times p becomes 2px. 2 minus 1 is 1. 1 times q becomes q. 1 minus 1. X falls away and negative 7 is 0. Now what we should understand that the first derivative when x is 1, remember it's at the point x equal 1, the gradient is 5. So if I substitute in there, I have 1 squared plus 2p times 1 plus q. All of this equals 5 because that's what we got as the gradient of the tangent. 6 times 1 is 6. If I take it over, becomes negative 6. 2p times 1 stays 2p plus q. 5 minus 6 gives me negative 1, so negative 1 equal 2p plus q. That's my equation 1. For the point of contact, remember point of contact simply states that if x is 1, y is negative 3. So if we take x1 into the original equation, we have 2 times 1 cubed plus p times 1 squared plus q times 1 minus 7. And all of this equals negative 3. So 2 times 1 is 2. 1 squared is 1 times p stays p. Q times 1 stays q minus 7. 2 minus 7 gives me negative 5. If I take negative 5 across, it becomes plus 5. Right, and there I'm left with p plus q. 5 minus 3 gives me 2. Now here I chose to make p the subject of the formula, so if I take q across, it becomes 2 minus q equal p. That's my equation 2. Now I'm going to substitute 2 into 1. That's to ensure that we have one unknown and not 2. You see I have p and q, so either I make all of it read q or all of it read p. So there in the case of p, p is 2 minus q, so p became 2 minus q plus q. 2 times 2 gives me 4. 2 times negative q gives me negative 2q plus q. If I take 4 across, it becomes minus 1 minus 4. Minus 2q plus q gives me negative q. Right, minus 1 minus 4 is negative 5. So therefore q equal positive 5. Right, substitute that back in there. So q here is positive 5. So that becomes 2 minus the positive 5 equal p. 2 minus 5 gives me negative 3. Therefore p equal negative 3. Right, hope you follow. Let's look at the next problem. Right, so gx equal minus 8x plus 20 is a tangent to f of x equal x cubed plus ax squared plus bx plus 18 at x equal 1. So key value x equal 1, calculate the values of a and b. So from there the gradient of the tangent is negative 8. For my point of contact, if I substitute 1 in there, it becomes negative 8 times 1 plus 20. 20 minus 8 gives me 12. So I have a point of contact at 1 and 12, and I have a gradient of negative 8. So that is how I used 1. So for the gradient, I'm going to use first derivative. For point of contact, I'm going to use the original equation. Right? Alright, so if you look at the equation, to get the gradient, we have to find the first derivative there. So 3 times 1 gives me 3. 3 minus 1 gives me 2. 2 times a gives me 2. a, 2 minus 1 gives me 1. 1 times b is b, and x falls away. The first derivative of constant is 0. So we should know when x is 1, the gradient we got was negative 8. So if I substitute 1 in the place of x, the gradient must equal negative 8. So 1 squared plus 2a times 1 plus b. 1 squared is 3. If I take 3 across, it becomes negative 3. 2a plus b is left behind. Minus 8 minus 3 gives me negative 11, which equals 2a plus b. That's my equation 1. For the point of contact, remember, we always go back into the original equation. So this simply says when the x values there is 1, the y value must be 12. So there 1 cubed stays 1, 1 squared times a stays a, 1 times b becomes b plus 18. 18 plus 1 would give me 19. If I take it across, 12 minus 19 gives me negative 17. I'm left with, on that negative 17, negative 7. A plus b, if I take b across and make a the subject formula, a equals minus 7 minus b. Alright, so substitute this in the place of a there. So now we have 2 times minus 7 minus b plus b. 2 times negative 7 would give me negative 14. 2 times negative b, negative 2b plus b. If I take minus 14 across, it becomes negative 11 plus 14. And minus 2b plus b gives me negative b. There, 14 minus 11 is positive 3. But if I get rid of the negative there, then b equal negative 3 and not positive 3. Substitute the value of b back in there, so that would read minus 7 minus 3, which gives me minus 7 plus 3, and therefore a equal negative 4. So a there is negative 4 and b is negative 3. So hope you enjoy the lesson. Please like the video, share, subscribe if you must. That way you'd stay up to date and in contact with all the information I'm uploading and lessons. Wish you nothing but the best. Bye.